Howdy folks. Alright, so all I'm doing is we're going to repair this hoop. This goes over my elevated raised bed, and what we need to do here is, let me just explain. So first off, this one compared to the other one is just wood, a wood frame where I staple the fabric to it. This one here, I put this track system that you would see on a greenhouse to hold the plastic in. So sometimes I double layer this. I put the Agribon first, which is this thin material that's breathable and the moisture gets through, and then I put plastic over the top. But the last couple seasons I haven't done that. I've only used the Agribon, which is fine. Yeah, if I want to grow later into the season, I'll put the plastic on. And that's one of the reasons I went to this. So you can see this here has got this wiggle wire. So this wiggle wire, this wiggle wire just goes up and under, up and under, up and under. Board's a little bit in the way right there. Hopefully you can see that. So you can see the shape of it. So I'm going to leave it relatively in the same spot because I'm wrapping around the corners and everything. So I got to go around and get all that wiggle wire out and the old fabric. Alright, so now you can see that now that I got the fabric off, I have 3 sections of wiggle wire. 1, 2, 3. So all I did was, there's no rhyme or reason, I cut all these channels to length, you know, the exact length of the sides and the ends, and I just chase the fabric with the wiggle wire. So I could start anywhere. I'm gonna try and relatively keep them in the same spot that they were in. But now I need to open up this fabric and cut a section for the amount that'll cover this, and there's going to be a lot of extra because, you know, it's just the size that it comes in, and that fabric is starting to get expensive. But I don't know, I had 1,000 feet of that stuff, but I use it for low hoop houses too and other things. All right. So, of course, every time we go to deal with something like this, the wind starts to pick up. So what we're doing here is we got the wiggle wire on, and now we're just going around and trimming all this excess off. We'll get some of this down and try and film it a little better for you. Doesn't matter, every time we go to do this or plastic or landscape fabric, the wind picks up every single time.
That's why they call it the Windy City.
They don't call this the Windy City. Here, can you hold this with your left hand? So now if I have to add plastic, we could still add plastic over this without taking the Agribon all the way off. I've done it in the past where I've grown lettuce deep into the winter and earlier in the spring. I can't foresee doing that this year. I'm not sure. I got some other ideas, different things going on. But we're gonna at least get the Agribon on here and on the strawberry bed, which is gonna become a fall spinach bed. don't think so. You gotta get the hinge in, Jake. Lift up on the other side. Over there, lifting out. Kind of wiggle it up and down a little. Okay, put it down. Okay, one down, one to go. So this one here, you can see that we just stapled it. So most of this should be just stuck. So Jake, we gotta just go around and pull all this stuff off. Dude, I don't care if the staples stay, we can just hammer them in, it'd be easier. Okay, for this one, we're just putting chicken wire on. No perfect science here. All we're doing is making this so squirrels can't get in here. What happens is the squirrels, they want to bury their nuts inside the beds, so they rip up whatever you got planted, so they're devastating. So all we're doing here is we took, I think it's 2 foot, 24 inch chicken wire, and we just zip tied it to the posts first. We put one strip on either side and then one over the top, and all we're doing is securing it, and then we'll patch up any holes that are remaining. So we're pretty much done with this. I just gotta finish up a couple little patches, little holes on the corners, and then we're gonna throw it back on the bed. So we got this one set up with the chicken wire, and that one set up with the Agribon. So it's gonna be like Fort Knox over here. So we're gonna be growing lettuce in that bed for the most part. And this one here, I'm going to transplant all these strawberries out of here, and we're going to end up putting, more than likely I'm going to do fall spinach. So I think I'm going to let the strawberries go for this season, and then we'll transplant some as time goes on in one of the big pots.